Okay, and we're live. How's it going, everybody? This is Video Boy, and welcome to another live stream. So today we're going to actually get some work done on Archipelago. This is not the Archipelago code. I was just working on some stuff for the tutorial today. So yeah, we're going to get some work done on Archipelago. We're going to play around with the networking a little bit. We're going to add that stats window that we wanted to add last, like maybe 2 weeks ago. So it's been a while. So yeah, we're going to start with the stats window, and then we're going to work on the networking. And if you get bored of that, we're going to come back to this tutorial code. Um, and I need to try to fix this collision detection thing here. It doesn't seem to be working well for one of the map types. So yeah. Alright, so let's go up to Archipelago. I'm just going to tweet out and then I have to go for a second. Actually, I won't tweet out right away because I'll be gone for a couple of minutes. But I'll write the tweet. Alright. I won't send out the tweet just yet. I'll send it out when I'm done. My garbage is so full it's just starting to fall out on its own. I'll have to empty that later. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, tweet was sent. Okay, so let's get to work on this thing here. So we need to create a new form on the server. What is it again? Requestable form. So player stats form, and it's going to extend a requestable form. Okay, get data for client. Okay, yeah, there's this thing, the form data, the new form data. Okay, how did we do it for the inventory form? Like, how do we actually get that? It was a player and all that. We had a create function here. Form data, form type. We don't need that. Oh, right. Okay, we get the player from the requestable form, so we can just fill this thing up with data and then right, so we get the hash map here. So instead of creating the form data right away, we just create a hash map. Alright, what's the error here? Constructor is undefined. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Yeah. Okay, so then we fill this up with some data here. So we need to get some stats from the player. So let's load up the stats class and see what stats we have access to. There's probably going to be a whole lot, so okay, so we have speed, alright, speed, min damage, max damage, defense, damage multiplier, defense multiplier. We don't really need that stuff. We can just so we don't really need multipliers. We can just give them the straight up damage or whatever there. The min damage, the max damage. I guess we should give them damage multiplier because that's not calculated in there. Critical hit chance multiplier and the critical hit chance. I think that's it. So let's create some constants here. So just want to see how I did it here. Okay, I made them private. So private static final string. Okay, which ones are we going to use again? Speed is equal to speed. Okay, I'll get a couple of them in here. So basically what we're doing right now is we're getting the information we need to send to the client so they can make a stats form. Actually, I think I forgot to update the title for the stream. You guys see the new title? YouTube keeps complaining that my stream quality is low. What do you guys think? Do you think it's okay? Oh yeah, the defense thing, I remember that. I kept spelling it with a C. Okay, speed. And we don't need the speed multiplier. The critical hit multiplier, sure. And the critical chance. I think that's it. Okay, one other thing, I want to create a new event for when stats are changed. So that we should be able to handle it, so we can cancel the event or whatever, or modify values or anything we need to do. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's just throw this here. Okay, so we're gonna have float speed. Let's see, type player get speed. And then we'll have float. This must be integers, right? Yeah, so int min damage, int max damage, int defense, float damage, multiplier, float defense, multiplier. It's going to be a cancelable event, so we need to get all this stuff figured out first. And then int crit chance. So we need to calculate all these different values first, and then at the end we only apply it if the event wasn't cancelled or whatever's going on with that. So let's create that new event now. Whoops. Oh crap. Okay, there you go. Prefer have it as change instead of changed, because it didn't actually happen yet, so it might confuse some people. So we'll just refactor that like that. Okay, so player stats change event extends cancelable event. So hey, how's it going, Oliver? Okay, so event type, we need to add the event type in here. Let's rename this as well. Oh, we don't need to refactor that. It is, we don't reference it anywhere. Okay, and then here we have. Okay, well, let's just set the values first. So, private. Let's just copy all this because it's basically the same thing. And we'll add private in front of each one. Okay, let's remove this. And this generated constructor, oh yeah, this is cool. Using fields. Okay, we're going to use all the fields. So, okay. However, we need to remove the event type thing here because we're going to be putting that in ourselves like this. Player stats change. I don't like having this like that. I find it just looks ugly. I know it's better to do it that way, but okay, and let's build all the getters and setters. I think we're just going to do all of them. I might add the new keyword here just so people know that it's the new one, it's not the current one. I don't know, should we pass the old ones as well? I mean, it might be worth it. Nah, I don't think it's necessary. If ever we need to modify it so we do that, it's not super hard. There's no point in wasting time doing that now. Okay. Let's put that comment there. We can remove this now. Okay, so basically everywhere where it says this dot whatever, we just need to remove it. And we're going to set these values first, and then we're going to run the event after all this is done. May not have been initialized. Let's give the value of 0. Okay, good, because we had that there like that. Okay, damage multiplier needs to be 1. And defense multiplier needs to be 1. So basically the goal of doing an event for this is that whenever the stats are modified, the form will also get updated for the client, so they'll see up-to-date information. Okay, so let's create the event now. So player stats change event is equal to new player Player stats change event. So we're gonna have a lot of crap to put in. Oh. That's why it's good to name variables the same everywhere, because it just automatic. It's nice. Event.trigger. Okay, so we're going to trigger the event, and if the event is cancelled, was cancelled, we're just going to return. We're not even going to do anything. And after that, it means it wasn't cancelled, so then we can set all the values. So let's... I mean, I guess we have all the values here, so let's just do that. So this dot speed is equal to speed. This dot min damage is equal to min. Whoops, no. I have to do event dot get new speed. Event dot get new min damage, just in case that an event handler changed the values, because it is allowed to. I'm not sure if we're going to actually use that, but it could be useful in the future, so it's good to have code set up. Okay, let's just make sure it's all good. So, min damage, max damage, new defense, damage multiplier, defense multiplier, speed multiplier, great time chance, blah blah blah. Okay, that's all good. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Now in the event handler, I think it's this. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to add it here. Okay, and maybe it's an event manager. I don't want the default one here, because it's kind of nice when it gives you an arrow and you don't have events that are implemented here. Yeah, back for more. Kind of happy to be back to working on Archipelago. The website was fun for a little bit, but this is what it's all about, right? The website was for this, so. On player stats change. Why didn't it see that? Yeah, this is it. This is the interface. Oh, I see. That's not actually the event thing here. That was just the default event handler for testing out it as a system.out there. Just so I can see when events happen. It does a little default message there. Yeah, because the way this works is that I can just add this event handler, because this is just an event handler, and all it does is it just prints out a message when an event happened and returns false. So it tells you that when it returns false, it means it didn't handle the event. So it's just a way for me to debug to see if events are actually being triggered. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll end up using it today. Okay, there you go. I mean, like, sure. Let's see if the event works. I want to test it out. All right. So where would I add it? I guess I would just add it in the main class here for Archipelago server. Yeah. See, I even have it commented out here. Nice. So let's start the server. Oh yeah, I turned off the login server the other day when I was working on the website, and I forgot to turn it on. No big deal. I just have to go turn it back on. Alright, that should work now. Yep. Okay, let's start the client. So if we move stuff around in the inventory into the equip slot and stuff, it should affect it. At least that's what we're hoping. So no, it's because we have the client just spitting out a bunch of stuff here. Okay, let's check on the server. Yeah, okay, I changed it 3 times, so that makes sense. Alright, looks good. Yeah, inventory change gets run twice because it gets removed from one inventory and then moved to another one, so technically it's 2 inventories that get changed. Alright, so that looks good. We can uncomment this now, or comment it back, I mean. Okay, so the whole point of doing all that was for this. So let's open up this to the side just so I thought I had an event handler here for the inventory form for when it changed. Okay, hold on. I need to go back to the form system and see how it kind of works. What happens if you call this the update client? Okay, it gets a new form data. Okay, so this doesn't use an event handler, it uses this kind of stuff here. The close, okay, yeah, that's for when the form gets closed. That's good. Okay, we're gonna need that, so okay, so let's make this implement an event handler. Maybe it's event listener. Yeah, event handler. That should be good. Or is it implements? Okay, there you go. Import that. Okay, and we need to listen to the on player stats change event. Alright, there you go. Okay, so let's fill it up with some data here. So data.put speed, we'll put player dot we don't have a way of accessing stats outside, so let's add that. Should be here. We have the player stats manager. We need to have a getter for that. Oh, right, because these are numbers, so we have to... Okay, so let's do all these. So min damage. Crit multiplier. What did I spell wrong here? Oh, I misspelled crit here. Okay. So let's fill it up with some information here. Get max damage. Get defense. Okay, I can see an error here already. The thing is that when we're doing this here, we're getting the stats of the player currently, but if we're running this off of when the player stats changed, well, they're not changed yet. This event gets triggered before they get changed, so this will not update properly. So we're gonna have to do something here with that. I mean, unless we make the event non-cancelable or something like that, and it gets triggered after. I think that would be the way to go, probably. I mean, I don't ever see having to cancel an event like this anyway, so yeah, let's just do that. Okay, it's probably just because there's errors here. Okay, no, it was read-only event. That's what it was. Okay. Then we have to go here. All this stuff is gone. We have to change that. Basically, we need to put back all the this things, and then yeah, I wish I thought of that earlier. Nah, it's okay. Okay. I mean, we don't need to add this to everything. Okay, I'm gonna remove it just for consistency's sake. But we do need to reset some of the things, though. That's for sure. Okay, so calculate defense multiplier. So this dot defense multiplier is equal to 1. Okay. Speed multiplier is equal to 1. And these are fine here. Okay, and then the event gets triggered. That looks good. Okay, let's finish doing this here. Get damage multiplier. Dot get crit multiplier. And then dot get crit chance. Okay. Okay, so we need to add it to the event manager, and we also need to remove it. Just remove from event manager. Okay, and then for this, we just need to do this update client, and that will update the client. Aha, we're missing one thing here in the player stats change event. We need to have the player. Otherwise, how are we supposed to know whose stats are being updated? So that's not too hard to add. We'll just do that. Of course, need to have the getter and setter for it. I don't know why I did that weird spacing there. Okay, then here we need to specify the player. Okay, it looks good. Player stats form. So we need to check if it is the player. So if event.player or .getPlayer is equal to player, to return true, or just return false. Okay, so that tells us the event was handled. Perfect. I think we're done on the server side here, so let's close up these things here. Then now we need to register it on the server side as well. I forgot about that. So we have the form type here. And that will be player stats. What is that thing for? Yeah, requestable is true. Because it's requestable. Okay. We have form data for once created. We have the form type. We're not going to use the form data. So I think that's it. I just want to look in the form manager real quick, see how this is working here. That looks good. Form request packet. Okay, so on the client now, we're going to have to see how it works to send a form request packet. I believe it's in the game screen. Right, we have the buttons at the top, and if we click it, it sends a form request packet for the inventory form with no data because we don't need the data for it, so that's good. Okay, very cool. So let's copy this, and we're going to go into in the main menu window, we're going to add a new button for that. Here, we'll just copy this. Oh, could it be it's just removing? You're gonna have to look into this, but for some reason it seemed like the window wasn't getting removed before when you click on a button here. So we'll look into that. Okay. Now we have, in the game screen, you need to handle this. Form data. Right, so it creates a form automatically, which is super awesome. So we need to add in the form type. Let's give it the exact same data. Of course, that's going to be wrong. Eclipse brings the imports from wherever you copied from, which is useful sometimes, but if you're using different things like that, it can be a bit of a hassle. Okay, okay, so we need to actually create this form. Now where is it? Oh, okay, I think I put in here. Yeah, okay. Okay, there you go. Right, and then we have the constructor for the title. So this will be lm.ui. Here's my stats. Okay, we're going to need to add that into the languages. Oh, it looks like we added some stuff in. But I'm going to add one other one. I kind of prefer using the keyword my stats. I think it sounds more like personalized, so you know the player knows it's their stats and everything. Okay, so let's look at the inventory form. Maybe we shouldn't though, because I remember it was full of code in there. Yeah. It's not too bad, but there's still a lot of stuff in here. Oh, it was a little worse because of all this stuff here. Okay, we don't need this. Go here, copy these over like that. Okay, so we're gonna have different labels here. So we're gonna have it's mostly just gonna be a whole bunch of labels, I think. We might do a character display as well. I think that would be kind of nice. Okay, need a couple more than that. Speed, within damage, max damage. This is going to be a lot of copy pasting, I think, this part. Here. Just add stat to each one. Okay, so the first thing will be these ones will just be the label saying like this is speed, this is defense, this is whatever. These will actually be the stat values themselves. Okay, so we'll set it to a new label. Yeah, there's a couple little things we need to do here. Oh no, we already do that skin stuff. So resizable, movable, set size, all that stuff. We need to put that here. Won't be as wide as inventory form. We'll do like 300 for width. Let's create a table here. And I also want to have a character display. I think that's what I called it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Character display. How did I update the character display in here? okay, yeah. We just set the thing here in the act. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of copy pasting. Okay, so we need to give it a width and a height. So that would be display size, and then dot height will also be display size. Okay, and then for the speed. So the speed, all the stats, we're going to be adding them to the stats table. So stats table dot add. And then we're going to have the speed stat, the new label. The label will be blank by default. I want to load the language thing again. I want to see exactly how I wrote that stuff in there. Like this, right? And actually do that. Okay, and then now let's just copy this in for each different stat. So we'll have the min damage. I basically called all the same thing, right? Yeah, okay, so that's good. There you go. Once again, another good reason why it's good to name everything the same. Okay. I thought I told this thing not to do pop-up messages. Here, I'm a little lazy, so I'm going to do just a Control F replace here. What's the next one? Defense. Okay, then the next one is damage multiplier. Looks like we forgot defense multiplier here. Let's add that in. Looks like we don't have it here either. I think we just forgot it all across the board. At least we didn't close all these classes, so now we can easily just add these in. Okay. This is a bit boring, this kind of stuff, though. It's more copy paste and everything. It's like content programming. You're just using the stuff like the libraries you created. I mean, it's kind of cool because you get to see more stuff being actually added to the game, but the programming itself isn't the most fun. Okay. We're gonna need one more here. We need to add these in here as well. Alright, so speed. What's next? No. Defense. So defense, now we have damage multiplier. The next is the defense multiplier. Oops. Okay, now we need to actually start implementing the update events here. We need to add all this stuff. So this dot add stats table. I just want to see if I actually packed it on here as well. Yeah, maybe we should add some padding to this stuff as well. Maybe a little better. I feel like we need a label at the top saying that, you know, like a title for, we have a title for the page is true. I feel like something's missing, I don't know. Like if we go in the inventory form here, we have stats as well for the different items. And we use this small font, I think. So we'll see if it's too big. Many people suggested that I change the font for the game as well, and I think I probably will now because so many people suggested it. Hey Carl, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know, it's a bit hard to read the font and everything, so we might actually have to change it, which is okay. I don't mind changing things if so many people have a problem with it. Okay, and then this is basically how we add the stats. So it's that speed stat and then damage. I think I remember them by heart by now. Not a capital though. We're missing one. Okay. We have one more warning left. Just the import thing. I mean, this looks good. Guess we just have to try it out now. Moment of truth. I mean, I think it should work. Oh, we're gonna have to modify that. Oh, cannot load new instance of form type stats. Form type is null. Okay, so why is that happening exactly? Reflection error. But why can't I load that class? What's going on here? What am I doing differently here? That's the real question. Oh yeah, it still crashed. I'm just gonna try it again, see if it works now. But that's weird. Maybe I can print out the error, see what's happening. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Cannot instantiate instance of class. Why not though? Why can you instantiate a Oh. There you go. Let's make this window a bit bigger too while we're at it. 250 like that. Should be good now. It's because it needs a constructor without any parameters to instantiate a class. I just forgot to remove the parameters there. But that could have taken a lot longer to find than it did, so. Okay, well this is a different kind of error it seems, or maybe not. Oh yeah, we didn't initialize the stats table. Oh, we forgot to do row. Key not found. Okay, that's for speed, I'm guessing. Right, we forgot to row. This basically just means that we want to put things on a new row. We do that after every stat, so each stat is on a different row there. Okay, now it's like we're not getting it at all. Inventory form's working. Stats is not. What the heck? It was working just before. But it opened and then it closed? I saw it open really quickly. Maybe not. Okay. Wait, this is speed stat here. I'm adding speed stat twice. Yeah, I thought I saw something flash up too. I don't see how it could end up closing though, that's the thing. And before it wasn't. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we have key not found on speed. We're gonna have to adjust the windows, of course. And these I want them to not be centered. It looks a bit weird when it's centered like that. Okay. So there's no speed thing here in the language thing. That's what it says. Yeah, okay, there's none, so just add it. Okay, how do I make it so that... Yeah, seriously, it doesn't really make much sense. I don't know. Maybe because I was adding the same element twice, or because I had that last row at the end. I have no idea. I barely change anything and how it works. I don't know how everything works in the back end, so maybe something's going on there. Okay. So I want to go in here and I want to see... grow x dot grow left. Okay, so we need to add them in individually now. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Oh crap. Copied instead of pasted. Alright, last one. I often write change instead of chance. I have no idea why. Alright, cool. Now it should work. And I also want to test out what would happen if we unequip and equip some stuff. I want to see if the stats change there as well. Because they should. But you never know. Okay, so we're going to have to make the window a little bigger here. The main thing I want to see is the speed. If we take off the boots, the speed should change. Oh, also the defense changed as well. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, very cool. Yeah, so let's expand this a bit. Honestly, that window is a lot wider than I thought it would be. I guess it makes sense with that font there. If we just did 400. It should be good. It's actually kind of nice. You can just have your stats like, we have to make it a little bigger. I think maybe if we add some padding or something here, it'll, yeah, because we have the dot pack at the end, right? And that makes everything shrink as much as it possibly can. We might have to dot pack the stats table as well. It's running debug mode, so we don't have to restart every single time. Okay, that looks good. Maybe I'll add a little more padding here. That's annoying. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to restart every single time. We add a dot pad right on each one of these. That could help. And maybe this we just won't put a padding at all. Okay, so we need the padding for sure. Okay, good. We don't want to pad the bottom and the top though, so this will do dot pad left. Pad left like 30 pixels. Then dot pad right. Like 10 pixels. We'll remove these. Even though we just added them, we're going to remove them. It's not the longest thing we did today, at least. Then this will pad left 10 pixels, and then .30 pixels. I was thinking that my multiplayer tutorial was going to be more theoretical, and I wasn't actually going to get into the code of it. I mean, maybe a little bit, but with that tutorial, it's very complex. So I was targeting more people who already had a lot of programming language, because adding multiplayer is very complicated. You should not be trying to do multiplayer very early in your learning stage. It's just not a good idea. Oh no. I just have to pad more than that. Do 45. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, but it's just... But once you get good enough at the programming and all that stuff, you'll be able to follow the tutorial, even though it's theoretical. Because lots of stuff in programming, especially when you get more advanced, you don't really learn just by seeing other people's code. You learn by, reading articles and things like that. That's just kind of how it works. Alright, cool. So we could even have our guy just walking around like this. And then if you change that, that works. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this. I think this looks good. So you can even shove your stats at the top if you really want to, just so you can constantly see them. It's not too much in the way. I'm gonna have to make mobile support a little better for Windows. So I'm thinking that Windows might expand to the full screen or almost the full screen on mobile. But I'll have to figure out how to do that. I'm really not sure, to be honest. We'll have to do that before the update, because I think most of our players are mobile players, actually. Alright, so I guess we should get on to some networking. Honestly, I'm really tired with all this stuff. There was a lot of just copy-pasting code and things like that. I think I might end the episode early because I have a lot of stuff to do this afternoon, including the tile tutorial. So maybe I'll end it around 11. Okay, let's close all this stuff. Like having a nice fresh start here. Okay, let's commit this code. I'm also going to commit the map editor as well. I have no idea what that is, but maybe if I do 3D games, I'll probably end up using LibGDX. I've already done a little bit of 3D, actually. I did a game for Ludum. It's a game jam, and the last one, it was Ludum 37, I think. And it wasn't full 3D, but I had a little bit of 3D stuff in there. It was the first time I ever played with it. It's not crazy or anything, but it was different. I think it's very easy with with what do you call it? LibGDX. Lots of YouTubers and stuff say, oh, you should be doing with lightweight Java game library and stuff. I don't think it's necessary to do it that way. LibGDX is pretty good with that. It's a bit easier. Here, I'll put the tweet. I tweeted about it with a little GIF. It was a little while ago. I'll have to find it. Yeah, here, this is it. Wait, no. Well, I'll send you the, okay, there you go. Well, there's a link to the tweet. But I think I can find the LibGDX page. Yeah, 3D with LibGDX is a bit tricky. There's not a whole lot of resources on that. I don't think I ended up doing a tutorial on it because I would have to learn a lot of stuff myself. Already, like doing the tile tutorial and eventually the box 2D one, that's two things that I've never done before. So it's just like I have to learn so I can teach you guys, kind of thing. Yeah, the goal of the game is that you need to complete, I think it was 10 games in a row without failing. And if you lose a game, the water rises and then you can drown. For the game development books bundle, I don't know if it was still there. The development bundle one was with like all the developer tools stuff. That was there until yesterday. It ended yesterday afternoon, at least in my time. But the books one, I'm not sure. Yeah, here, maybe I can find the Let 'em Diary post. Honestly, I'm not super motivated to do this networking stuff right now. I might end the stream fairly soon, get the tutorial done, and then do it. Oh, there you go, I got a call. I'll be right back. Yeah, there was a developer tools bundle. It was pretty good actually. I didn't buy the higher tier stuff because the stuff in there didn't really interest me, but I bought the first tier things, and it was really cool. It included Pixel Edit, and Spreader Pro, which are really good tools for like pixel games. Spreader Pro is more for platformers, so I might make something in there or whatever for the platformer tutorial. We'll see, but yeah, unfortunately it ended yesterday, but I bought like I think 3 of those bundles, so I will be doing giveaways when I do the tutorials for those things, because I do plan on doing Spreader Pro and Pixel Edit tutorials. Yeah, I was kind of surprised Pixel Edit was in there. It doesn't usually go in a bundle. Okay. Yeah, I want to find that legendary thing. Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, this is such a weird game, to be honest. The music was weird, the gameplay was weird, the feel of it was weird. Oh, we actually got a couple of little reviews on it. Okay. They weren't completely horrible, but like, if you guys want to try it out, you can. It's a really weird game though, I gotta say. I want to do a blog post on it, but I kind of forgot. Okay, so let's check out this networking thing. To be honest, I think all the networking issues are on the client side. Server side is very simple. The client side, you have a bunch of other stuff going on that you have to account for. Rename this to interpolation factor. Okay, so we might need the speed of the entity. Yeah, but the thing is, the gameplay is kind of the stuff you need to figure out on your own, right? Like, that's the fun part about it, is you kind of figure that stuff out and you can make it really what you want to do. Like, if we just show you how to do gameplay and stuff like that, then you guys won't really end up making the game exactly you want to make. It's like with the space game, you know, like, it's good to learn, you know, with the space game, but maybe you don't want to make a space game, so you kind of have to, you know, we when we make tutorials, we try to give you guys the tools so you can make whatever you want. But that requires a little bit of thinking, of course. But for really beginner tutorials, it's good to follow like a, well, like what we did the space game there. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna have to have the speed here. Okay, in case you're wondering right now, I'm just basically making it possible for the client to have access to the speed of each entity so it can move them properly. I just have to change a couple little things here to actually send the speed over to the client. Wait a second. In the entity snapshot, I have a speed value. Eh. There's like a lot of wind right now going on around where I live. I don't know if you guys hear it. Doesn't do anything. I don't know why I had that there. Dot. Okay, then we have the player. Okay, yeah, so we update the speed for the clients like that. Oh really, you can hear it that well? That's crazy. Okay, that should be good. And then here we have access to the speed now, so do some. Okay, I'm gonna have to do more research, I think, though, because I'm just kind of doing stuff, and that's what got me in trouble in the first place. No. I have to wait. It's not super horrible. I can explain to you guys what all this console out is if you want. So basically what's happening is wait, hold on, I don't even remember exactly. I did this a couple weeks ago. I'll just get it back here. Okay, so G is the current goal. So when the player moves, it doesn't actually move to a position, it sets its goal position, so it moves towards its goal. P is its current position, and then N is the new goal. So what happens is that, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Let me think for a second. Why is the goal so whack to start out with? Okay, because it's setting it. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. So what happens is the goal gets sent to the position that the player is located in on the server, and then based on the client-side movement, the goal gets changed slightly, but sometimes it doesn't change slightly. Like, let's find a good example. Like here, you're like 1 pixel off. So then it kind of causes this like shifting, which is not very good. Now I'm thinking that maybe we should use like a lerping function, like this here. Let's test it out. I want to see. I guess it's fine if we make that delta time, but that doesn't really make much sense, but that's okay. It's weird, it's like you're walking on ice. Woo. So we need to make some sort of movement. Yeah, the goal is where you'd end up. So see right now, the goal is like in front of the player. And then you can see, like say, look, the goal's in front of the player. So when we let go, the player is continuing to move towards the goal. When it stops, it means it's reached the goal. See, like that. Of course, we don't want to do it exactly like this, but we need some sort of like elasticity to this. So right now, this movement code here is always the same. They're always moving at the same speed, and we don't really get the desired effect. So we need it to move so that it gets to the next goal before the packet comes. Geez, I'm not going to do this on stream, I don't think, because I have to do a lot of thinking and drawing. It's going to be boring for you guys. Yeah, I'm going to do some more research too. Anyways, at least I got a little head start on this. Yeah, I guess it'll make more sense when I do the networking tutorial and all that. Oh yeah, and I fixed the bug where going down left is like super glitchy. So at least that. But I'm gonna have to figure this out for sure. I just need to do more research, I think. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna end the stream here, maybe? I don't know. I can't really think of anything I can do in the meantime. Here, I'll go back to the tutorial thing and try to figure out this collision issue that we're having. But I'll end at 11. Okay, so for testing purposes, let's try something out here. So what we're going to do is hold on a second. Yeah, okay, so this is here now. So do okay, so we're gonna do like a fake condition just to see if alright, hold on a second, sorry. Just okay, so we're gonna do a fake condition. Well, not fake, but like a real condition, but to check, just to test out to see if the collision detection with the world is working. Because we need to get this done before we do the tutorial. So right now we're using the tiled map, and we're checking the position with the mouse. Okay, so we need to keep track of a couple little things. Okay, so I'm just doing this for visual purposes. Okay, and now I'm going to render an image. Be the image. Impose that X. Delta. Okay, so let's just test if that works. Okay, no, it's not working. I think if we do minus here, that'll work. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we're going to test if this little image here collides with different parts of the game world. That's what we're going to test for. Let's remove this here. So from my test that I've done, it seems like it works with the tiled maps, but not with the other ones. So I'm going to see what's going on here. Okay. This way to check is with the clouds. See? You can see the image is touching the cloud and then it starts spamming here. Alright, pretty cool. If we put it outside, it's also giving an error because when we go outside we want to say it's colliding with the world because it's colliding with the borders. Alright, cool. Okay, but now if we do with our custom game map thing here. It's always saying that we're colliding, even if it's not true. Wait, I just need to check something out here. I think I may have done something pretty dumb. Whoops. The tiles look like they're the same size, eh? Yeah, they are. Oh, man. This morning I spent half an hour trying to figure out why Tile scaled up the game world so that it looks bigger. But this whole time, It didn't scale it. It was the same size, just the map was so much bigger. That was really dumb. Whoops. I don't know, in my head it looked like it was much bigger. Okay, so what's going on with this? Why is this giving us errors? Let's try to figure that out. Yeah, seriously. I'm curious here, what happens if we print out the different types? Yeah, I guess it's kind of like an illusion or something. Yeah, so right now it thinks that we're colliding with lava. I don't see where it got that idea from. Oh, null pointer. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, dirt, stone. Stone, some lava. Seems like it's inverted, right? If you go down here, yeah, so the collision is inverted. So that's why we're getting some errors. Whoops. I don't know what we should do. Maybe if we do get tile by coordinate and we invert that. No, not tile map, custom game map. And I guess we could invert this. But that might mess up some other stuff, so we're gonna have to play with that real quick. So get height minus 1. Yeah, we're gonna have to play around with it. Yeah, it's gonna be upside down like expected. Okay, so I have to play with the renderer now. So if we do 0, it's less than get height. Okay, it's just that. Okay, we have to invert this as well. Well, uninvert it, I mean. I think this should work. Alright, looks good. theoretically it should work if you move it too. Alright, cool. Hey, I'm glad we got this done. It's not even 11 yet. So at least that works. One thing though, we might have to do some optimization with these tiles here. It was brought up to me by someone else that the thing is here, if you start getting a lot of tiles, it starts to become a real hassle for the CPU to loop through each one and then render it every frame. So the trick is to actually, whenever there's a change in a certain quadrant, you render that to an image, and then you render each image. So it's like some kind of chunks. So you'd have like a chunk of image of tiles, so maybe 16 by 16, and if one gets a tile gets edited within that chunk, then you would re-render the image. So that saves on CPU cycles. I'm gonna have to do more research into that. I'm glad that we're doing the tile tutorial first, so that I can probably figure this stuff out tomorrow, or after when this episode gets out. So yeah, I'm gonna end here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be streaming at the same time, and I should have the tutorial out today. So yeah, that's it.